Hello, welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. Today, I will be going over the main card fights for UFC Vegas 47. Hermansson versus Strickland. Be sure to check out the videos I've done prior to this one where I covered all the fights on the card. Of course, as you know, Phil Hawes has been replaced with Brendan Allen against Smiling Sam Alvey. He is now a huge, even a bigger favorite than Phil Hawes was. He's like minus 400, 420, something ridiculous. But that's the only fight I didn't go over, but I'm sure every capper is picking Allen to win that. There might be a couple that might hedge bet Smiling Sam Alvey, but anyway, let's get into this because I got 4 fights to cover, meaning each fight averages around 10 minutes. This is going to be a 40-minute fiasco. Okay, so start off the show. We've got, these are all in order, obviously. These two are, but I did the Shavkat Rakhmonov fight from the hotel room. That was one of the ones I did a little bit tipsy. So anyway, the order's all discombobulated, but I'm pretty certain these are all main card fights, so that's why I said you got to check out the old videos to get the other fights. They're in there. Okay, let's start this show off. We're going to start with the featherweight fight between Juicy J. Julian Erosa taking on Ocho Steven Peterson. Julian Erosa is the 3-1 favorite here, minus 305. He's got a record of 26-9 for Juicy J. These guys are pretty much even in age. Juicy J. Julian Erosa is 31. Nope, it's 32. Ocho Peterson's 31, so nothing doing there. Julian Erosa does have tail of the tape advantage. He's got 3 inches of height and 4.5 inches of reach for Julian Erosa. He fights out of Yakima MMA, but that's what Capology says, but I do believe I heard he is now Extreme Couture in Vegas, so better, I would say a better camp. Steven Ocho Peterson fights out of Fortis MMA, that is in Dallas, Texas. It's both good facilities they're coming out of. Julian Erosa is coming off a beautiful win against Charles Air Jourdain by Darce choke round 3. That's a fantastic win. Before that, he had a loss to Sungwoo Choi, but Sungwoo Choi is hot prospect in my opinion. I know he had like a weird draw or a split decision loss like the fight before last, but no, I still think he's one of my picks for unranked top unranked contenders that'll break into the top 15. He is 4-1 in his last 5. Julian Erosa is, and he is taking on Steven Ocho Peterson with a record of 19-9, coming in underdog plus 255 underdog odds for Steven Peterson. He's coming off a win against the young Chase Hooper. I think Chase Hooper's like a 19-year-old kid or something. I don't even think he's old enough to drink yet. That was a unanimous decision because Steven Peterson, all he had to do was avoid the BJJ because that's Chase Hooper's only path to victory is doing some, kind of like a Ryan Hall Jr. All he's got is BJJ submission skills. He can't stand and bang or anything. Before that, he had even a less of a win against Martin Bravo. Martin Bravo received a spinning back kick from Steven Peterson. I do believe that was early in the fight. I want to say the first round. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure the first round against Martin Bravo. Steven Peterson is 3-2 in his last 5. He lost to Alex Caceres and Luis Pena, both by decision. I think both of them by unanimous decision. Okay, so this is a tight one, but the cappers, I'm gonna tell you right now, are going all one way, and you can imagine which way they're going by the odds. But needless to say, I'll go write them down here anyway. We've got King of Crackdowns taking Stephen Ocho Peterson, or I'm sorry, Juicy J. He's saying by decision for Julian Erosa. Both the brothers from the Craig family fight night picks out of British, or yeah, where is it? Out of New Brunswick, Canada. Matt and Craig Allen both on the side of Julian Erosa. Dev the Dude, my man, and Sal, Dev and Sal the Red, both in agreement taking Julian Erosa here. The Burt MMA, man, I keep saying he's going to inspire me, but I'm having so much trouble motivating myself to get up extra early and do the yoga and shit. But I have to get more self-discipline. I was thinking about it today in the car ride, and I definitely have to get back on my horse there. I'm getting back into it. I'm not even, no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm coming back into it tomorrow morning. I set my alarm a half hour early. I'm going to get up and do that. So we got Burt saying he's KO for Erosa in the first round. And finally, the MMA prediction guru. Haven't used him for a while, but he is saying decision for Juicy J, making this a full capper consensus. And a full capper consensus is, usually Nora would come and tell you, but I think she's busy playing Roblox or something. Excuse me. Oh, do I hear feet? Speak correctly if you're going to say it. And speak into the camera.
Wait.
Say it again. Say it again. What's a full capper consensus?
A full capper consensus.
Into the camera.
Is
when all the handicappers
pick one side of the whiteboard.
And in this case, everybody's picking the huge favorite and Juicy J, Julian Erosa. Did you do the dance? Did you throw out some good luck pearls? Come on. You fell off. You fell off. All right. So everybody's in agreement, taking Juicy J, Julian Erosa, as am I. I mean, nothing against Ocho, Stephen Peterson, but I think Erosa's... Come on. Lay off me. Is better in every area. And even recently, he's fought better opponents. I mean, it's not an easy feat knocking out or choking out Charles Jourdain. Stephen Peterson, all he did is avoid getting submitted by Chase Hooper, the young, 19-year-old or something. So I have to go with the favorite, with the capper consensus here. My pick is going to be Erosa. There's not value on there, but I will throw him in a parlay, I suppose. I think he's going to get it done by decision because Peterson is pretty durable. I don't see him going down. Let's see. Yeah, his last losses they went to decision. So there you have that. Moving on. Next, we've got... Oh, this is the match that should have happened in the Ultimate Fighter house. Bryan Battle taking on Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore was predicted during Tough, the Ultimate Fighter, he was predicted as being the house champion, like, you know, the cream of the crop. But he hurt his knee or something like the week before they were supposed to fight in the Ultimate Championship tournament or whatever. So Gilbert Urbina took his spot, and he already waxed Gilbert Urbina. Tresean Gore already waxed him, and then Bryan Battle fought him and choked him out, rear naked choke round 2. So Gilbert Urbina against Tresean Gore, TKO round 2 against Bryan Battle, rear naked choke round 2. Gilbert Urbina lost both those. Bryan Battle is coming in as the underdog, even though he's got a little bit more fight experience, 6-1 as a pro, plus 130. Tresean Gore undefeated. He's 3-0, minus 150 favorite here. Mr. Vicious Tresean Gore is coming off that win against Gilbert Urbina. He's actually 5-0 if you include the 2 Ultimate Fighter house fights. So he's 5-0, but we're going to write 3-0 because that's what they have him listed as. He's fought in regional scenes, AFC in Alabama and NFC in Georgia. I know, weird, right? AFC versus NFC. He trains out American Top Team, though, so that is pretty good for Tresean Gore. He comes with an exciting, fierce, high aggression style of fighting, taking on Bryan Battle, who is more reserved, I would say. Bryan Pooh Bear Battle is the underdog, plus 130. These guys are both 27 years old, so no age discrepancy. Bryan Battle has 1-inch height, 3.5-inch reach advantage over Tresean Gore. Bryan Battle fights out of Charlotte, North Carolina, out of Highest Stand MMA. He's on a 7-fight win streak, if including the Ultimate Fighters. Those are considered like exhibition fights for some reason, but if you want to include them, he's won 7 in a row. He was his last regional scene he fought in was a Kentucky regional scene called HRMMA. So we've got Pooh Bear Bryan Battle, Tresean Gore. Let's see what the cappers have to say in this one. Starting with the favorite, Tresean Gore, Mr. Vicious. We've got MMA prediction guru, and he is saying by decision for Tresean Gore. Then we got Burt MMA. See what I'm doing? I'm going backwards now. Burt is also taking Gore by decision. I guess they're assuming both these guys are durable enough to last 3 rounds. Then we've got King of Crackdowns, also taking Tresean Gore by decision. See how this is going, guys? Next we have Fight Night Picks. Matt, yeah, they're split on this one. Fight Night Picks, Matt is the younger brother taking Tresean Gore, but his older brother Craig is over here. Shit. I'll write it a little bit big since he's pretty much contrarian. There's more taken. Fight Night Picks. Craig taking Bryan Battle. Underdog pick. And finally Dev. The Dude. And Sell the Red. Both taking Bryan Battle here. I'll tell you what, I've been flip-flopping because Tresean Gore, he has been out a while where Bryan Battle has been in, like because of that injury sidelined him, and it was like a knee injury. I don't know the details on that. I don't know if he's fully recovered from that, but that's kind of a nerve-wracking. I don't really know that. I don't know the info. You know, gather the info. I haven't heard much on what's up, what happened with that, and why he. And I didn't watch Ultimate Fighter, but I heard the dude is good. He's very aggressive. I heard his boxing's sharper than Bryan Battle's, but Bryan Battle, I guess, has a better ground game. I don't know. This could go either way. It's a coin flip, to be honest with you, from my standpoint. But I'm gonna, in this case, I'm gonna ride the plus money. When in doubt, go with the value. I'm gonna take the plus money. I'm gonna take Bryan Battle here to get it done. I don't look at decision. These guys are all saying it's gonna go to decision. Sure, I'll say by decision. Hopefully Bryan Battle can get some control time. Maybe outstrike a little bit. Not sure.
I'm hungry.
Nor, I'm in the middle of a video. You're gonna have to. What time is it? It's almost bedtime.
But we have a snow day tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. So, You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. Go on.
Sticker.
Go on. You have to wait. Moving. Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna take Bryan Battle by decision over Tresean Gore because of his inactivity, question marks about his knee, things like that. So moving on. Next, we're at the co-main event between Punahele Soriano taking on Nick Maximov. Do you really have to get out? Go with the cat. Get. Come on. Punahele Soriano taking on Nick Maximov. Punahele Soriano, a little bit older. He is 29. Nick Maximov's 24. But, you know, both under 30. They're fine. Soriano is the favorite at minus 185. He's got a record of 8-1. He's coming off a loss against Brendan Allen, who jumped in now for Phil Hawes against Sam Alvey. I wonder if, like, backstage, Brendan Allen just looks at him like, yeah, I took care of you. He beat him by unanimous decision. But before that, he's got some decent wins. He's knocked out Dusko Todorovic in round 1. That was a great fight. He knocked out Oscar Pichota, left hook in round 1. Another good look for him. He beat Jamie the Nightwolf Pickett by unanimous decision, and that was his Contender Series fight back in 2019. So he's still kind of new to the game. He's got experience in the regional scenes such as LFA, PFL, Titan FC, and a bunch of like little Hawaiian regionals. He trains out of Extreme Couture. He was the Hawaiian, the high school, Hawaiian, state of Hawaii national champ, or not, yes, the Hawaiian state champ for high school wrestling. He won it as a senior. When he was a junior, he got 3rd place in the high school state championships for Hawaii. He went on to college and became like the first Hawaiian-born state representative to ever make it to the NCAA tournament, where he placed he placed like 7th, but still just to make it to the tournament is pretty much an accomplishment. He was he went to Wartburg College, that is in Iowa. Iowa is known for collegiate wrestling. And that was a D3 school, Division III school, where he became an 2-time All-American. How he got into the mixed martial arts game is because he's got a close friend and training partner, Dan Ige. You probably heard of him. Dan Ige brought him to Extreme Couture, said, hey, I just want you to use your wrestling skills to train up my other guys for wrestling. Turned out he liked wrestling, or he liked MMA, and now he's a hell of a striker too. And that's pretty much the story of Punahele Soriano. Now he's taking on Nick Maximov. Nick Maximov is Diaz Army. He's fighting out of Nick Diaz Academy. He's got the slight height and reach advantage. 1-inch height, 3.5-inch reach advantage over Punahele. The guy is decent. He's coming off. He fought a big fat guy. He weighed 209 pounds, and he fought a heavyweight against this dude named Oscar Cota in the Contender Series. He beat him by unanimous decision, but I'm sure Oscar Cota, being like 30 pounds heavier or whatever he was carrying a lot more weight, therefore probably gassed out earlier. I didn't watch it. But after that, he has an impressive win against Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage, also a decent wrestler. I think he was a collegiate NCAA wrestler, and Nick Maximov beat him by unanimous decision by wrestling. Nick Maximov is a very good wrestler. I don't think he has any like accolades, like trophies from, you know, high school state championships or NCAA, but he's from, you know, Compton, Stockton, wherever. He's from the streets of California. He's from Nick Diaz Academy. He is part of the Diaz Army, so can't ever count him out. He's undefeated too. He's like 7-0. If you want to include He's very active in submission undergrounds. I noticed on Tapology he's got 10 fights in submission underground, which is submission grappling tournaments. He's 500, 5-5 in those tournaments, but still keep that in mind too against Punahele Soriano. This is going to be a pretty good fight, dude. It's going to be a good wrestling fight. If it stays standing, you got to give the advantage to Punahele. But if it goes to wrestling and BJJ, who knows? We got the Hawaiian state champ going against this kid from the streets. That's the submission underground competitor. It's gonna be a good one. But let's see what the cappers have to say in this case. All right, taking Puna, the favorite. Puna was a -200 favorite, so money's been coming in on the other side, dropping him down to a -185, making him a little bit more attractable for the people. That's how they play these, you know. Line movement goes when money goes to one side or the other. But he definitely opened up at -200. So taking Punahele, we've got Burt MMA. Burt is saying by KO for Puna. Then we've got MMA Prediction Guru taking Soriano TKO round 2. Then King of Correct Downs by decision, he's saying for Soriano. That's an interesting pick. And Fight Night picks, both Matt and Craig are in agreement here that Punahele should win. The contrarian pick is Dev the Dude, again getting the whole board for himself, and Cell, him and Cell. Dev the Dude and Cell the Red, both taken. Nick Maximov, the Diaz Army representative, for the upset here, +160, and it is viable. It's totally, there's value there. It really could happen, but I'm gonna go with my intelligent pick. I think Soriano has those trophies on his wall. You know, I know Cody Brundage also had those wrestling accolades, and it didn't matter. Maximov still managed to beat him by decision. But I think Soriano, what he has over Brundage is he's got striking too, on top of his state championship wrestling. That combined makes him a mixed martial artist. He doesn't emphasize on one strength or the other. He just improves both. So, and where is he training out of, Punahele? Extreme Couture with Dan Ige and company. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna go side with the favorite here. Sorry. And I'm gonna take Punahele Soriano. This kid though, Maximov, he's tough. He is durable. I think he's like the Diaz's, whereas he's not gonna quit. He will go tooth and nail, fight everything he's got for you and for your money. Totally worth the value there, but I'm going to take Soriano to get him by decision, by outstriking him, making more strikes that will hurt, like in the judge's eyes, the more significant strikes. And if it goes to the ground, I think Soriano can manage to get a little bit of ground control himself with his wrestling experience. It'd be interested to see. I'm interested to see how this one turns out. But I'm going to take Soriano, the favorite, by decision. Finally, we've got the main event. We've got the Joker, Jack Hermansson, taking on Sean Tarzan Strickland. Now, you guys know Sean Strickland's been hot in the media, like Instagram and stuff. He's trying to put out that persona that he's kind of like a crazy type guy. I'm crazy. You know, I like masturbation, and that's my key to my victories. You know, if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. All that good stuff. Then we got Jack Cromanson, the Joker, fighting out of he's a Swedish guy fighting out of Oslo, Norway, coming in as a +175 underdog. you guys want to talk about value, there is some value in that. Let's start getting into this, starting with the favorite here in Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland, 24-3. He's a 2-1 favorite, -210. He's coming off wins, 5 in a row actually. He's beat Uriah Hall, unanimous decision. Christoph Jacko, unanimous decision. Brendan Allen, punches round 2. Took care of him. Jack Marshman, unanimous decision. He is like on a 5-0 run. He fights out of Extreme Couture with who? Punahele, Dan Ige. There's other people on this card too that fight out of Extreme Couture. Julian Erosa. Boom, boom, boom. There's a 3. There, right there's a 3-fight parlay of Extreme Couture parlay if you want. Strickland, Soriano, Erosa, all fighting out of Extreme Couture. You can do your own Extreme Couture parlay. Go ahead in the comments if you think that's a good idea. I think I might go for that. Why not? It's just fun. It's just money, right? So, anyway, Strickland is 30 years old. Hermansson is 33. No real age discrepancy there. 3 years, not a big deal. Jack Hermansson has the 1.5-inch reach advantage, but that is nothing. You know, that's like, you know, 3/4 of an inch on each glove. So get down. So there's nothing doing there. Okay. Jack Hermansson coming off a win against Edmund Shabazian. Before that, he lost to Marvin Vettori, unanimous decision. Oh, he beat Edmund Shabazian, unanimous decision too. But before Marvin Vettori, he beat Calvin Gastelum by heel hook round 1. I remember that fight happened real fast. I forget, but it was like within a minute, less than a minute. The first round, he got the heel hook. He's 3-2 in his last 5. He did take a loss to Jared Cannonier. Jared Cannonier got him ground and pound in round 2. And yeah, that's Jack Hermansson, the Joker. He does have, like I said, he's got that European wrestling, which is a little bit different than the NCAA wrestling. You can tell there's different styles. And because he's fighting, he's a Swedish guy. As I said earlier, he fights out of Frontline Academy. That is in Oslo, Norway. So Jack Hermansson, he's not all bad. He's 22-6. I think this line is about right though, because Strickland does have much more volume. I remember reading the stats, and I think Strickland lands 4.8 to Hermansson's 3 or so. I can't remember the exact numbers, but I do recall that Strickland definitely has better striking, better volume, better striking accuracy. Hermansson might have a little bit better wrestling, but like I said, it's that European style wrestling, so it's kind of more of like a defensive wrestling, whereas in the NCAA wrestling is more aggressive, trying to get takedowns, reversals, trying to get some action. And not lately, just laying wet blanket, that's not gaining points. I've seen plenty of people thinking they're going to win with control time just laying there, but if you're not trying for a better position, trying for a submission or something, you're just putting your weight on the other guy, just laying, catching your breath, the judges realize you're just pretty much stalling. Especially if the ref doesn't bring you up back to standing and you're just killing minutes laying on the wet blanket guy, that doesn't work anymore. So let's see what the cappers have to say in this one. Taking the favorite in Sean Strickland, we've got Dev and Sel, both on the side of Sean Strickland. Then we've got King of Correct Downs. He's saying TKO round 2 for Sean Strickland. Tarzan. We've got the Fight Night Pick brothers, both of them on the side of Sean Strickland. Bert is saying Sean Strickland by decision. And finally, the prediction guru, capping off the full capper consensus. A second one on the show. As the main event, too, everybody is on the side of Sean Strickland. There were some arguments for Hermansson, but nobody's putting their money on him. Nobody seems confident enough to even put him in a parlay. A lot of people have called Sean Strickland a lock. I won't go that far as to call him a lock, but I do think he probably will get the victory here. I don't like it. Aside from this parlay, I probably won't put him in other parlays because I think people are disrespecting Hermansson a little bit. They're estimating Hermansson. Hermansson does have some strengths that people are just... Strickland is like a media favorite too because he's, it's got that persona that, I'm a crazy guy. I'm a little wild man. I went to the Submission Underground tournament. I turned my back on the guy and he got me in a rear naked back lock and I didn't do anything about it. I don't know. But I don't like it, but I'm going to have to go with Strickland here. I'm going to say probably by decision. He's a decisionator. Both these guys are durable. They go the distance. Last fights he had, Uriah Hall decision, Jocko decision. He beat up Brandon Allen though. So I don't know. But Jack Marshman, that was decision. Yeah, a lot of decisions going on there. And Hermansson, I think he's tough. I think, and plus his win-loss streak. And he's coming off a win. And his last two were decision Marvin Vittori, decision Edmund Shavazian. Here, he's going to lose the decision to Strickland because Strickland's going to outpoint him with the strikes, get more volume. So to recap. Time check indeed. Let's see how I'm at. Oh, I got time to kill. I went fast this one.
Fast!
I did, because I usually do 10 minutes a fight. I still have 8 minutes left.
1,
right.
10, 20, 30.
But anyway.
You only did 40 minutes?
I didn't even do 40 minutes. I'm at 33 minutes. So, to recap, I've got Julian Erosa beating Stephen Ocho Peterson by decision. That line should be closer. I'm not going to bet that aside from this 4-leg parlay here. I'm staying right clear of that. I will watch the weigh-in, see how they both look on the scales and how they look at each other during face-offs. Some of those times I just flip just if I see the killer instinct, the glimmer in the eye of the opponent. I did a lot of that for Bellator and Eagle FC. There's a lot of those. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's all gambling. Then I got Bryan Battle for the big upset. The only upset I'm taking on this show here. Taking Bryan Battle to get the upset over Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore is kind of scared me that he's been out for a little bit, and his last time he went out is because of a knee injury. Bryan Battle, not to expose it, but I'm just saying, he knows why he was out. The whole world knows why he's out. So maybe give a couple kicks to that. That's cheesy and cheap, but still, I don't know. I have more confidence in Bryan Pooh Bear Battle than I do Tresean Gore at this point. Especially plus money's worth a gamble. Then I've got Punahele Soriano using his Hawaiian toughness and his Hawaiian State Wrestling Championship experience and his NCAA D3 All-American Wrestling experience to be able to get the advantage over Nick Maximov. Punahele's already got the striking advantage, and they say Nick Maximov's route to victory is his wrestling, but don't a state champ, Punahele Soriano, you can't ever just sign off and okay, he's not going to be as good at wrestling. He's a state champ, NCAA All-American. Come on. So I think Soriano should be able to win. I think the odds are laid pretty good on that one. I got him winning, 8 times out of 10, probably 7 or 8 times out of 10 10 times they fight. And I'm taking him by decision because Nick Maximov is Diaz Army, so he will not give up. He will not quit. Finally, I am taking the favorite here in Sean Tarzan Strickland to get it done over Jack the Joker Hermansson by decision. Jack Hermansson is low-key durable, and don't underestimate his European wrestling, grappling. Sean Strickland, he had a little layoff too. He got a motorcycle accident. But since that accident, he's come back better. He's recovered from the accident, and he's even better than he was before the accident. But I think Hermansson might be getting disrespected a little bit here. I think the line should be a little bit closer. I don't know if I'm going to hedge bet him. We'll see. I don't know. Right today is media day. So I'm going to try to tune into that, see a little bit of, questions from the media to these guys. And tomorrow's the face-offs. So tomorrow I will be doing the Friday night live stream show with Dave, Mbe, and maybe a couple others if they're available. I don't know. It's a fun time. Go over all the fights on the card. Make a 3-leg parlay and a couple t-shirts. Like I'll make a t-shirt bet with Dave. Probably, for those who haven't tuned in for that, definitely come in, be part of the chat. It's a good time. So anyway, gather the info, place those bets, and cash those tickets. Thanks for watching. Give me that thumbs up. Go ahead, fill the comments with who you think's going to win these fights. Tell me I'm crazy taking the Bryan battle over Tresean and Gore. That's the only underdog I have here. The other ones, no one's going to say I'm crazy because I'm going with favorites. But anyway, I am going to lock in this 4-leg parlay right now. And tomorrow, we'll see how they look on the scales. And I'll probably make a couple prop belts on this too with my winnings from last week's Bellator. So, thanks for watching. Hope I see you tomorrow. Have a good night.